After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 225. It is Wednesday, September 21st, 2016, the day before the first day of fall. So this is the last day of summer for this year. Yay! I'm looking forward to fall. I love fall. We want to welcome you to the Pen, Hook, and Needles Woman Cave, the Fun Woman Cave. I am Marisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy. It is way too early in the morning for me.
Yeah, it's 10:30. She's still on day shift because we just got back from our retreat. She's been on day shift for about 5 days. And she has about another 5 days while we go into the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival, which we will talk about a little bit later on. We're really excited about that. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we've introduced each other. Might as well do our tea before we do our new returning viewers.
Okie dokie, let me mark off my brow.
Okay, because she always interrupts me in mid-sentence.
Oh, never mind. I'm in the middle. Oh, I think this is a decrease.
Do you have tea?
I do have tea. I think I made a mistake in my knitting.
Is that what's in your mug?
This?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Got this on retreat.
Well, not at the retreat. You got that at the restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Smile. And this is what I really wanted. Let me turn it.
Don't spill it.
I'm not going to spill it.
Isn't that great? Love it. Love it, love it.
I like their cookies. I don't necessarily like their
Yes, we will not mention
food.
the name of the restaurant. Some of you who live in the Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia area will probably know
my
where that's
entree
from.
was burned.
Yeah, it wasn't the best food, but they have wonderful cookies.
And in that
and cute
mug,
mugs.
I have Plum Deluxe's Coconut Macaron Dessert Tea. This is my first cup of tea today, hence the slightly dazed and not awakeness, and this is not focusing. Mostly like my brain is not focusing right now.
Maybe it's really focusing, you just can't see
Ha!
it. Coconut macaroon. Oh, I love macaroons.
I'll let you taste it in a moment. What are you drinking?
I am drinking chai tea latte in my Superheroes mug because I needed a little more tea this morning. I didn't feel like having to cut off in the middle of the podcast.
Here's your sip. And I sit down for you.
Let's see here. Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Put it down. There we go.
And trade.
Very good. Very good. Okay, now that you've seen us drink tea, we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. Thank you very much for joining us. We're really happy that you decided to join us because we know there are a lot of podcasts out there, a plethora of podcasts out there that you could be watching. So we're glad that you want to spend some time with us.
I probably should not be working on this right now.
Probably not.
Let me just work back to where I know where I'm at.
I'll continue the introductions. So we do want to welcome all new returning viewers. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. If you are new, we hope you will find something that will bring you back. And if you are in the shadows, please do feel free to come out and join the Ravelry group so you can be eligible for prizes and such. We have giveaways, we have prizes, alongs, all kinds of things.
Prizes alongs?
Prizes alongs. So, if you're officially with us, you can be eligible for those. We have quite a few new members this time around that we want to welcome officially. We have KM Davy 1, Kelly. Welcome, Kelly. We have Auntie Knits a Lot, who is Sarah. Welcome, Sarah. Crazy Penny Girl, who is Beth. I love that. It makes me laugh. We have Knitted Towel, who is, I think it's Jessamine. That's a really pretty name. Welcome, Jessamine. We have M's Little Nest, who is Emma. Welcome, Emma. We have Always Knit You One, who is Christine. Welcome, Christine. Madeline Windsor, who is Madeline. Welcome, Madeline. Noni Bliss, who is Nicole. Welcome, Nicole. Betsy Q, who is Betsy. Welcome, Betsy. Juliper, who is Julie. Welcome, Julie. Shoit, S-H-O-Y-T. S-Hoyt, maybe? Sharon.
She's
Welcome.
short.
Shoit. She's Sharon. Welcome, Sharon.
That's the way the students say that, right? Short.
Yes, Shoit. Certainly. And then we have Zoe's W, who is
Oh, now I know
Donna.
what I meant.
And Donna, I would love to know what Zoe's W means. That's just fun. So welcome, Donna. You Look Like Me, who is Jessica. Welcome, Jessica. And she just made it in under the wire this morning. So when I got up this morning, she was on the list. Yay! Welcome to all of you. If you, and as I said, all of you in the shadows, please do feel free to join us officially. And if you haven't subscribed, feel free to do so. We'd love to get pushed up a little higher on the list so that people know we're here. Okay.
And we're only on YouTube because I haven't been able to make iTunes work for us.
iTunes
I haven't found
doesn't-
a good
yeah.
provider.
iTunes doesn't seem to like to work with whatever it is Talia's using. I was going to say, oh yes, I'm noticing while we're recording, if you can give us a little feedback, some lag time while we're talking. I was looking at the screen.
The screen does that.
Okay, so it's not going to show up on the video?
I haven't seen it on the video.
Okay, this is the first time I've
And
noticed it.
honestly, I don't know that I could do anything about it anyway.
I just want to know if they're seeing it.
Oh,
You know, we don't know if we can do anything about it, but we'd like to know if they can see it.
Because I'm not a technological genius, I basically press go.
Record,
and-
pause, post.
Yes, so I am not Dan Jones.
Yes.
And actually know what I'm doing. I just pretend to know what I'm doing.
Dan Jones, what's on your needles? Okay. And if you don't know who Dan Jones is, where have you been? No, I'm sorry. Dan Jones is from the Bakery Bears. He's one half of the Bakery Bears podcast. His wife, Kay, is the other half. And they are amazing. If you don't know of them, you should check them out. They are the Bakery Bears podcast and Ravelry group. Okay. On to promotions. We are Kenneth, who is Turbonator 64. The Turbonator 64?
I believe it's the Turbonator 64.
Yes. He's been doing a craft along.
We were talking about you, Ken.
We were?
We were over the
Oh, yes, we were.
we were
Yes,
trying
were.
to tell someone about his floss
About your
tube.
floss tube channel. So if you hear from a random person who mentions us, it was our fault. We take full responsibility. It
Only
is-
if it's the right random person.
yeah, only if it's the right random person, a lady, a very nice lady. Okay.
She's a lady. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's a lady.
Don't do that again.
Talking about
Okay.
the little lady.
Anyway, speaking of Kenneth, his July, August, and September craft along is coming to a close at the end of the month, so you still have about a week maybe to get things done. It can be red. I think he's accepting pink as well. Any craft, knitted, crocheted, yarn, weaving, spinning, dyeing, jewelry. I've seen everything in there. And he's kind of doing it in conjunction with our cardiac read along because he was unable to do it.
Conjunction.
Conjunction,
Junction, what's your function?
Anyway, he is doing a sort of in conjunction with our along because he was unable to be a co-host this year because of health issues. So hopefully he'll be able to be a co-host officially with us next year again. But in the meantime, this is a wonderful along, and check out his podcast. He does it, I think he's doing it like monthly now because that seems to be able to fit in his schedule a little better. We also have the charity along, which is in Comforting Crafts Group, which is B-Wing, who's Brittany. She's one of our members, and she is, let me see here, it started September 11th and goes through October, the end of October, and you can knit anything that you can donate to Comforting Crafts, hats, scarves, let me see, hats of any size, male or female, scarves and cowls, baby blankets, mittens, and dishcloths, and she will be donating a $6 list pattern on Ravelry for a prize. So, you know, this is a really worthy cause. Brittany does a lot for charity in this way, and I'd love to be able to help her out. My hands, unfortunately, don't let me do a lot, but if I can kind of prod anyone who wants to do it in that direction, please send whatever you'd like to send to her because she's doing a lot of good over there.
Mm-hmm. And sort of springboarding off of that, we are still collecting baby hats.
We are, yes.
And baby stuff.
Anything, baby, anything.
Up to 2 years old.
Mm-hmm. If you want to send baby blankets, baby booties, baby hats,
If they're on the older end, they'll go to the pregnancy
Yes.
center. If they're on the younger end, they'll go to the hospital.
Mhm.
Hospitals accepts hospital accepts a variety of things, I think.
Both of them do.
Yeah, they
so
both do.
they will go to either the hospital or the pregnancy center.
Hospital's a little easier to get to most of the time.
Right.
Because the pregnancy center has some odd hours.
Yeah, Talia usually takes the stuff to the hospital. I usually take the stuff to the pregnancy center because of the hours. But we do appreciate the donations we've received so far.
Yes.
So if you feel in a charity-oriented mood, you've got Brittany's group and you've got our along. If you would like to, if you're so inclined, we're not
pressuring.
pressuring.
Cast on some hats.
We're not pressuring anybody.
Ooh, or a
Okay.
baby blanket. I cast on a baby blanket.
You are talking over me. Rude child. You're not cute.
I
Anyway,
inherited it
mm,
on my mother's side.
the cuteness, not the rudeness. All
That
right.
too.
Okay, now,
There is a little bit of lag with this computer. I think the computer's just being slow. Hopefully
well,
that
we were
doesn't
having
translate.
internet problems. I don't know if that has anything to do with your recording, but
Hopefully that doesn't translate because I don't know how to fix that.
right. But so there might be some lag on this. I think it's computer internet issues because I was doing something on the internet and all of a sudden it said no connection. I just for no reason for about 30 seconds and then it came back. All right. There's another along going on. I don't know a whole lot about it, but two of our members are doing it. It's hosted by Black Horse, who is from the Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn podcast, and her co-host is Maureen from the Victorian Studios podcast. It's not Victorian Studios Design, it's just Victorian Studio,
It's a
right?
Victorian studio.
Victorian Studio podcast. They're doing a sock along, and I don't know if it's just for a month or more than a month. They have details in both those groups. If you don't watch them, you should. They're a lot of fun, and they have that sock along going, and I think there are prizes, so you might want to check that out. Now, that's a nice springboard for our upcoming along, the toy along, because our co-host just happened to be Black Horse
Yeah.
and Maureen from Victorian Studio. So Black Horse from Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn, and Victorian Studio from Victorian Studio Design. So they will be our co-hosts for the toy along this year, and we're really looking forward to that. And that will be running October 1st through December 31st. We usually like to time it that time so you make toys for your children
Yeah,
or
for Christmas.
nieces and nephews and things like that. And yes, it does go through December 31st, but who says you can't give New Year's toys, right? You can always give toys. Toys are awesome.
Toys are awesome.
I love toys. You're never too old for toys. So that's that. Okay, cardiac read along. And I didn't give Talia much time to prepare, so that, I don't know if she has a fact available.
I
But
don't because I basically woke up, showered, and was told, hey, we're podcasting now.
well, I said, how would you like to podcast? Because we have dental appointments this afternoon and all kinds of other stuff. So we just decided it might be better to do this since she's on day shift anyway.
So, I don't have a fact this time, and I don't have a brain to pull a fact out.
Are you going to make me continue talking?
Cardiac read along, it's almost over. We're in the last week.
Who's our coworker?
We are doing this along with Melissa of the Spicy Homemaker podcast.
Yes. I keep hearing her music in my head and then seeing a little because she has a great podcast. You have to check her out.
Did you have a new one up yet?
I think she does.
Okay,
I think
because
she
I'm
does.
way behind.
Because we have several that popped up while we were away this weekend.
Mhm.
So Tilly Trout has one. I think Spicy Homemaker has one. Pam has one. So does Black Horse. So there's a whole bunch of them up. And I'm behind on Bakery Bears too. So I need to get caught up, which is cool because I have a lot of cleaning to do. I can just turn them on and listen to them while we're doing that. Makes cleaning more fun because I'm getting tired of the clutter. Valeria, you need to get a plane ticket and come help me declutter. Yes, you do. Because, yeah, she'll set me straight. Okay. More about the cardiac along?
Well, it's been running for the past 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And we allow works in progress and finished objects. You can only post one WIP project, one WIP picture per project per week, and your finished object project whenever you happen to finish it.
No.
Um,
I'm going to deflate when she does that.
let's see. Said who we were doing with. Oh, we are accepting projects in 8 shades of red. So
Yeah.
pink, red, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and you guys are doing really well with that. I had to check one project page because I knew it was pink because she put it up there. She wouldn't not put it. I don't remember who it was.
She
knows
wouldn't not put.
Yeah, she would not have put it up if it didn't have pink in it or red. But I was looking, I was like, boy, that looks like beige. It's a beautiful shawl. And she knows who I'm talking about, I'm sure. So I went and looked and she said pink. I knew she wouldn't have. I just had to say, how is this? It looks
Pink.
beige. It's just the cameras. That's why we always say that we will take your word for it, because we know that cameras are notorious for making things look different. So we've had things look orange. We've had things look purple when they're actually red or pink. So we understand. I just wanted to see what color she had actually used. I was curious as to what the yarn was. And so it's a beautiful shawl. Absolutely gorgeous.
And I haven't been on Ravelry for a while.
Yeah, I got on last night to start, a little bit, well, actually yesterday afternoon, to try and get a little bit caught up before we had the podcast. I wanted to at least get caught up in the episode thread and make a dent in the cardiac, which, I'm glad there's a lot of chatter in there because I just fall so far behind. I feel bad that I haven't commented on all the projects, but I do love all the ones that I have seen. I haven't gotten through them all yet because I've been away. I do have the prizes to show you. Let me see here.
Yes, because next time
we will be pulling for. No, wait.
No, we have one more time.
We have one more time before we pull for prizes.
Because that'll be next week is last podcast before.
Which is good because we're gonna have so much to show from the Fiber Festival.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, we usually do.
Okay, so as we have, I'm gonna try to show these to you in order if I can manage it, but we'll see how that works. Okay, the first thing we want to show, this is from B-Wing. This is Brittany who sent us, whoever wins these is going to really love them because she makes the best cards. I absolutely love her cards. Yeah. Okay, and I don't know if there's a variety pack in this or if she's got all the same. It looks like it's a variety pack.
That's usually what Brittany does.
It is awesome. She makes the best cards ever. I just love her cards. Like a little teapot. She makes me owl cards that I absolutely love, and teapot cards that I absolutely love. So this is going out to some lucky winner, okay, for the cardiac along. Mama C, who is Christina, sent us 2 skeins of bulky yarn. I have to see if I can find it here. Is this it? No, that's not it. Oh yeah, I think this is it. Is that right? No, this is from Marriott. This is it. This is from Christina. Yes. So this is the color. There are 2 of these, and isn't that wonderfully autumnal? With all the, look at that.
That's shown up well.
There's 2 of these with the kind of oranges and browny, greeny kind of colors. That's really pretty. It reminds me of pumpkin spice. It's called Groovy Chunky Yarn, and it's in the Chinatown Apple colorway. So that's a prize. I'll put this down somewhere so I know I've done it already. Franciscan Gypsy, that's Talia. She, of course, she donated this skein of yarn. This is Yowza, what a skein. This is Miss Babs. And
that's not quite accurate.
It's a little bit, that looks like neon. It's not neon. It's a deep, almost a grape. Will you call it a grape?
Yeah, it's about a grape.
About a grape. It's called clematis. So if you know what that flower looks like, it's basically that color. And then we have Maria Wilhelmina, and she said this is for 2 winners. The black goes to 1 winner, and the pink goes to 1 winner. And this Marriott had been very generous to us in the past, and we are going through what she has given us.
Yes.
I think we're going to have a problem with our synchronization.
I know, I'm looking at this and I have no idea what to do about that.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what to do about that.
Please bear with us. It may be better for you to watch some of this on audio because we don't know how to fix this, but we'll do the best we can.
Hopefully it won't actually be as jerky as it looks like, because I honestly have no idea what to do about that.
Yeah, we have no clue what's going on. All right, so the next one is a skein of Malabrigo worsted in the ripe peach colorway, And I think this is from Marriott as well. This was one that, the reason I don't know what it is because we had it out as a prize before, but it was unclaimed. I can't find it now. I saw it a minute ago. Well, if I find it, I'll show it. Well, here it is. This is it. And it comes with this little bag as well.
I don't know why it was unclaimed. It's pretty.
It is beautiful. So it goes there. Okay, now we have one lace weight in the, okay, we have a lot of stuff here.
Well, we're always quite blessed with that.
Yes, you guys are awesome, and I'm trying to find out where the lace weight is. I think that's this one here. This is, yes, Mountain Colors, hand-painted yarn lace weight in winter lace juniper color, and I think I had this in stash. I think. We have one crochet red book and one knit red book coming, one from me and one from Talia, so 2 books, one from each of us. And then also another knit red book. That's this one here. And this was from Allison. Okay, so thank you, Allison. And then we have yarn from Debbie 1608, and this is hand-dyed from Debbie. I've got to find it. Which one is in here? This is it. This is from Debbie. This is... I think this is it. Isn't this gorgeous? Look at this. Oh, it's coming out of the skein here. I have to reskein this.
Oh, that is pretty.
Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? I'll just reskein it here. Look at the colors in this. It is absolutely beautiful. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. And there's a couple of stitch markers that I believe her friend made, if she didn't make it herself.
After you show this prize, I'm going to stop the video. This will be part 1, and then restart it because I want to play back and see if it's really actually jerky.
Okay, that's the last one for this one.
Okay, hold on one second. Okay, we're back.
And we're trying something a little different.
We were using the program I usually use for recording, and it was very jerky, causing issues. You're going to see that at the beginning of the podcast.
Hopefully this will resolve it.
Yes, I'm now using my program that I generally use for editing, and hopefully that'll fix things. I don't know why the other program is acting up.
Okay, so thank you for bearing with us. We were going through the prizes. We have a couple more. This is yarn from Candy, who has paused for stitches, and this is this one right here. It's reds and whites, and it's really pretty. This is, I think, 400 yards. Let me see. Heritage Prints, Cascade Yarns, and it's 437 yards. So you can get a nice little chalette or socks or something out of that. And how appropriate is that color for the cardiac read along?
It is very nice. Thank you, Candy.
Thank you very much, Candy.
If I'm staring intently at you, I'm the tech person for the podcast, and so I'm always half watching to see how we're doing.
Right. Okay, and we have...
I'm not giving you the stink eye.
I think I have a couple skeins of yarn here that maybe these are for other... Oh, these are from... This one's from Valeria. This one's from Valeria. And this must be from Valeria as
It looks like hers as well.
Yes, these are both from Valeria. Thank you, Valeria. I had to look at the cards. Those are from Valeria. So you guys are really going to luck out for those of you who win. And we appreciate everyone who is taking part in this. And I feel a little discombobulated because we had to stop and do some
Yeah,
texting.
sorry guys.
So if we're a little awkward right now, we'll get into the rhythm in a minute. Just bear with us. Did you want to talk a little bit about the... we do have a prize coming. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2. I think he said 2, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to quote him. Turbo Knitter is making a couple of bags for us. 1 or 2, I'm not sure what he said. So 1 or 2 of you will be winning a Turbo Knitter bag, and I love my Turbo Knitter bag. In fact, I won one from Heidi. I'm so excited. It's not here yet, but
Did you talk about the knit and crochet red books
Yes.
we're doing?
Yes.
And did you talk about the pattern from...
that one I missed. That was, and I meant to, sorry, Yarnsit. That was Yarnsit.
Yes.
That's when we kind of got discombobulated, and I think I missed you.
There she is.
There she is. Where is she?
2 Fences and Dipsy Design
Right.
patterns, one for each of 2 lucky winners.
That's Yarns
from
who is Jean.
Jean.
And we really appreciate that. Thank you, Jean.
Thank
I don't
you.
mean to forget you, but it was like right there that we got discombobulated. So thank you very much.
If anyone got forgotten, sorry, we were having technical issues,
Yes.
and we might have lost our place in our show notes.
And we do appreciate everybody
Yes.
who has donated in any way, shape, or form. We appreciate that immensely. So thank you very much. We also have, you want to talk a little bit about Tortoise and the hair?
Oh, yeah, that's almost finished as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see like half of our stickies go away by the end of the month.
Yes. That will make various people happy.
Yes.
Not just Heidi, other people too.
Wow, she didn't remain nameless
Hi,
very
Heidi.
long.
Hi, Heidi. Right, she put it in the thread. Hi, Heidi. I hope you're having fun with all your fiber festivals. I hope she's being very successful. Because her shop is still closed. I'm wondering if she's got another one coming up.
And Heidi, I did receive the prize you sent me, the Ravelry pattern. I just haven't had a chance to respond to you yet because I was on vacation. I saw it in my email.
And Heidi, you know how excited I am about you. You nailed it right on the head. I am so excited about that prize from Kenneth. Yay!
So many thanks.
Many thank yous.
Tortoise versus Hare. It will be over when the cardiac ride along is over, so at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
It is run by Laura of the Crochet and Hoovian podcast. It is her brainchild, and she was nice enough to let us play. Basically,
So much fun.
You make tortoises and hares, or hares, preferably hares.
Preferably tortoises. Go Team Tortoise. Notice she's wearing green. Go Team Tortoise. Yay!
I need tea. My patterns, the Oops the Bunny, and the Timmy the Timid Turtle, and Biddy the Bashful Baby Turtle are the featured patterns.
Mm-hmm. Which means that if you have finished objects of either Oops, Timmy, or Biddy, the finished objects has up to two chances of prize. The finished objects only.
I feel like I'm having a little Wolverine curl going right here. You know, like,
Bing, bing.
I need a haircut. Anyway, so yeah, the same rules as we generally do, which is 1 whip picture per project per week, and 1 finished object per project, no matter how many whip
No matter how many
pictures.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know.
1 whip per project per week, 1 finished object per project, unless it's a Franciscan gypsy design, in which case you get 2.
Yes.
How's that?
That works.
Okay.
What you said.
What I said.
I wasn't really listening, so you're right.
We have prizes. Laura has prizes. You have to be a member of both groups, just like you have to do for the cardiac read along. You have to be both a member of Spicy Homemaker and our group. This one you have to be a member of the
Your tea's gonna fall.
I know. You have to be a member of Crocheting Hoovian's group. I get mixed up with what's her podcast and what's her group.
Crocheting
is
Hoovian's
Hoovian
Legions is the group.
Yes, but you have to be a member of both groups and watch her video. It's awesome. She's really fun. She's been sick, but she should be back. I think I read somewhere that she's starting to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Glad to hear that.
Yes.
We do have prizes. Do we have a mug in our group? Are we giving a mug?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so we're giving a mug.
And a bag.
Well, I'm getting to that. We're giving a mug, and I think I got to find out here because I know that Laura gave something. Here we go.
Well, I gave her a mug to give as well.
All right, but we have a mug, and Laura has donated, let me see here, a shirt, a Tortoise, Team Tortoise or Team Hare to the winner of the cow. They will choose which one they want. She says, hopefully it'll be Team Tortoise. And she wants to donate a $5 less downloadable pattern. And we have also, and she has this as well because we donate for the prize. This is going to one lucky winner, which is Tortoise versus Hare.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the prizes for that. And we're already starting to get prizes for the toy along, but we won't mention that right now. So excited.
And right now there are only 4 of these bags in it. Well, 6 of these bags in existence?
Laura's,
yours, mine, and 2 others. So
and
5
others,
of these
5
bags
of them.
in existence.
Yes. So yay! They're such nice bags. This is by Ann Brody, so you know they're well
Silver
made.
Shed USA.
Yes, we love Ann. She's amazing. Is she junking it?
She's junking it.
Junk.
Because I always think of Just Run It when I see her.
Yeah, but is it Junkin? Well, you'll know who it is.
I'll know. I have her automatically tagged in the show notes.
Okay.
Like several others, like Andy.
Yeah. So we have. I think that's it for the beginning, the entrance into what we're going to be doing here.
Yes. Would you believe? Look at my tea.
Well, that's because we had issues. See, I have hardly any tea either.
This is more tea than I normally drink.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Not normally on a day. Normally at the beginning of the podcast.
podcast.
No, not even normally during the podcast. Because normally I have 2 cups of tea. It's just normally at the beginning of the podcast.
Yes. Moving on. Whips.
Oh, I still have to finish this round. How many?
I think I have 6.
How many do you have?
I think I have 6.
This is a little less jerky, so maybe it was the program before. We might have to switch to this program. Which is fine, because then it's all in one place.
I have 6. Hopefully you'll be able to fix the other one, though, so you can be able to pause.
I mean, this isn't bad. It stops and it saves.
Well, I think I think there may be some issues somewhere. Maybe you have to clean up your drive or something. Because it's never been an issue before. It's never been an issue before.
How many do you have? 5?
6.
6. Oh, you have more than me, because I think I only have 5. Well, 6 counting this one I'm working on now.
I have 6. Okay.
But you still go first.
Pourquoi? Pourquoi?
Well, because except for this one, I only have 5.
Well,
you go first, darn it.
Age and beauty before youth and annoyance.
Yes, you do annoy me.
No, you didn't listen. You did not, in fact, listen. Okay, I didn't do a whole lot on anything. I went, and this probably should go in author stuff, but I'll say it here. I went to the doctor before I went to retreat, and he just looked at me briefly. So hopefully he caught the thing, caught it all right. He said I have a little arthritis in my hands, and he gave me like some kind of a mega dose of, Talia says it's a cousin of ibuprofen. So
it's an NSAID.
To get the swelling, get rid of the swelling. So I started it the day we traveled for retreat. That was last Thursday. So I'm only about 6 days in, maybe. Is that right? Thursday to Wednesday? 6 days in. And he said it would take about 10 days to really kick in. It's starting to feel a little better, enough that I can do a little bit of work, and then when it starts bothering me, I stop. So I've done a little work on a few projects. And I want to thank those people who have been asking me about how I've been feeling. I appreciate that. The people who have been praying for me, I know that has helped a lot. I even had a private message from somebody who had asked me to join their group, and I had to decline because they're doing a Christmas along, and as fun as that would be, I don't think I can keep up with my hands. And she was very sweet, and she said she would pray for me, and I really appreciate that. And I wish I could remember who she was, but she knows. If she watches, she knows who she is, and I really appreciate that. But anyway, that's a long way of saying that I did a little bit of work on my Violently Happy shawl, which is my own pattern. I'm using US 8s. These are my Knit Picks circulars, my harmonies. And the yarn is the Violently Happy Accident colorway. This is Undead yarn, then Fairy Base. I love Heidi's yarn. This is so soft. And I did a little bit of work. You can see here that. I mean, it doesn't look a whole lot different because it's so bunched up on the needles, but I have been doing work on it as I can. So, look at that. It looks almost like there's purples instead of blues, but I guess it's the way it's kind of lit up. And I think this is going to be a really nice kind of scarf kind of pattern. I have this much yarn done. Normally, I think I would have been done about 2 weeks ago, but I keep going. It's fun, and I'm enjoying it, but I stop when I hurt, so it'll be a while. Everything will be taking a while, which is why I'm not doing a whole lot for charities and alongs and things right now. But, and this is in my Me, My Dog, and Some Yarn bag, which I love.
Okay, I guess it's just my turn. I'll just talk about this one because I have it on the needles. I had not worked on this all week until now. Because
well, they'll show.
My thought process was I wanted to get past the gusset decreases, so I would just be able to work on the foot during the fiber festival because I walk and knit at the same time, and I wanted something that was a straightaway. I mean, I'll probably cast on a baby hat or something for that as well. So it'll have to be like a simple stockinette baby hat instead of the 7th pattern, which is my favorite one.
I might take my little loom with me.
Well, I'm thinking maybe even like a fingering weight baby hat because then I have more rows and I can just keep knitting. But excuse me. So, and I have several. I think I have a skein of yarn somewhere that got worked part way.
Well, I have some, I have mostly sport weight, but I do have some yarn up there that you can use.
I have some.
Okay.
Thank you. Because I think I do want fingering weight. So this is the Paid in Full, Not Just Boring Boot Socks. Well, the project is Paid in Full. The pattern is Not Just Boring Boot Socks pattern by Corinne Walter. I do enjoy this pattern.
That's not the slouchy ones.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not making the slouchy ones again. Simply, not because there's anything wrong with the slouchy pattern. I just discovered that I don't like slouchy socks.
And that's going to stay on my foot, right? Because what's happening with some of the socks I'm wearing, not the ones she made me, I love those, but some of the socks that I have, I'm noticing now that they're not necessarily sliding so much in the ankle, but they're sliding on my instep, and it drives me nuts.
It shouldn't slide. This is made for your foot.
Yeah, because I can't stand it when it slides on the instep. It bunches up, and
it shouldn't. Because I measure it to my foot, and my foot's a little longer than yours. Not even.
No, just a little, about like 1/8 of an inch or something.
Yeah. So
we wear the same size shoes.
Yeah, we do. Initially this yarn had been in the slouch pattern, but I just finished making the slouchy socks for myself in this yarn, and I didn't feel like making it again because it's a really long leg. But this is happy.
It's so pretty.
And
I don't like pink.
No, of course she doesn't. This is a lot of pink in it.
Pale red.
This is pink and purple.
I took stuff out for my retreat, and I looked at it, I said, Talia, look at all the pink.
Yeah, she had mostly pink.
Oh,
so, yes. I'm almost done with the gusset decreases. And when I get to that point, I'll put this away because I don't want to work on this on the podcast for the foot, because that would defeat the whole purpose of why I was doing the gusset decreases in the first place.
Exactly. Okay. Are you finished with that?
I am finished with that.
Okay. I took this one out in my Silver Shed USA PHN 2X bag, which I absolutely love. I did this yesterday for the first time in I don't know how many weeks. This is my...
Oh, good. You did get some work done on it.
Yeah. This is my Under the Mistletoe shawl project. I only did one row on this because that's all my hands would allow me to do, but I did it. So you're going to see it.
I feel like I have like fiber that's like
probably from this. So this is really close to being finished, I think. It's really bunched up. I keep saying that every week. It's just that I haven't had a chance to really do much work on it.
Oops. It's a bunny.
It's a bunny. It is.
Yes, I need to take a drink.
But anyway, it is coming along. It's really close to being finished, and I'll have to see when I get to the end of this ball if I want to do a little bit more before I bind off. And I want to do Kay's bind off because I really like the way she does it. I forget what her bind off is called, so I just call it Kay's bind off.
Oh, I love Kay's bind off, and I wish I'd remembered it for previous shawls because I love it.
It's really nice. I don't remember.
And I don't think it's giving anything away to say what it is.
Well, maybe we should just not.
Okay.
I mean, because it is. Yeah, it's on our Patreon tutorial.
Kay, so. I love your bind off. It is like my go-to bind off for shawls now because it's easy, it is simple, and if you've not bought one of K.F. Jones patterns, you should.
She's very, very clear.
Yes, her stretchy bind off.
She has a very easy way of teaching. You know that it's very conducive to learning. Mm-hmm. But anyway, this is it.
Big
words. Okay, this is by Susan Ashcroft. This pattern, it's a just knitted pattern, and the project is Under the Mistletoe. And these are the circulars. I think are size. Let me see. They're size
big.
10 and a half. Size 10 and a half.
They're size big.
They're size big. That's why I'm not using my. Oh, this was supposed to. I have to put that back. Okay. What did I put on my needles? I guess I didn't put anything on my needles.
You just shoved it back in the bag.
Shoved it back in the bag. You better get it before it falls off and everything. I pull out my hair. Okay, you heard.
Okay, so put this down a second. This actually only got some work done on it last night, but a fair amount. I'm very close to the end of this shawl. And I should just finish it before the next podcast. I'm going to focus on this one.
Oh, that's pretty. That's one by
Agnes Gutierrez Caretzes.
Yeah.
This is Bert and Ernie. That's a project name, and the pattern name is Impressions. and I am making the smaller version. Because that's what I had available for yarn for the orange. I didn't quite have enough of the orange for the larger one.
Takes the dilemma out of things.
Yes. And I can use this one as a scarf. So this is an Impressions pattern by Agnes Kataz Karetzes, and I'm using the orange is knitted with. Actually, this color is pretty close.
This orange here.
Yeah, yellow is pretty close as well. Knitted with DK Superwash Merino in the colorway Yams, and the yellow is Miss Babs Yazawetta Skein in the colorway Squash Blossom. And I started this for the Bakery Bears Muppet Along, and I'm still working on it.
It's very pretty. Well, you were doing a lot of designing at that time, so.
Yeah, so.
I also think you had a lot of schedule changes at that time. I don't remember exactly when that was.
Oh, I don't remember. I think I also had a severe case of castanitis.
Yeah.
Castanosis.
Osis.
So I'm so close to finishing this thing.
It's really pretty.
It is pretty. And I look forward to blogging to the lace shows a little bit more. Of course, the true lace queen is Mrs. Helm.
Yes.
And Lacey one.
Yeah.
Is her rad name.
I don't know if she'll see this, but.
Well, she does if I tag her. She seems to, because she's talked to me.
Yeah.
About things I've tagged her on. Like when she found a mistake on a sweater I was wearing.
Okay. This is the unnamed preemie hat. Okay, this is just, I'm using a small loom, and this is chunky yarn. I love this chunky, I believe. I forget what the colorway is. I made a little progress on this. I worked a little bit on this during the retreat and at home. So it's growing a little at a time. Whoops. There we go. You can see that better now. And this is a braided brim. This is a braided stitch here. You can see that. It's not focusing.
Well, this camera's a little persnickety sometimes.
There
we go.
Okay. So
you just need to figure out what I need to focus on.
Right. So this is the yarn in the skein. It's kind of falling apart a little bit, but that's the skein. And this is what it looks like.
Senna always manages to, steal attention in this little corner that he's in.
Well, as he should. He's such a wonderful, charismatic unipony. No matter what Mr. Cat says. Okay. There we go.
Okay, so I guess it is my turn now?
Oh, this bag is a Kickaboo bag.
Oh, I forgot to say what my bag was.
Medium size, my owl, holiday owl bag.
The bag that my orange and yellow shawl was in, that was a Silver Shed USA nurse's hats on a pale field. And the one that this sock is in is a Clover Bird owl's bag. That I actually kind of stole out from underneath of you, I think. If I remember correctly.
You might have. You might have.
That was before you completely embraced your inner owl. Okay. So, next is, oh, yes. Where is it? It's in this bag. Projects have moved bags for ease of travel.
As they do. As they do.
In my, actually this one's kind of roomy now. It was stuffed before. In my Silver Shed USA Batman bag is Nightwing, which is appropriate. This is the Sock Knitter Shawl pattern by K.F. Jones of Baker Bears fame. And I'm using Miss Babs Yazawetta Skein. The main color is Pewter, and the secondary color is Fountain Pen. So, main color.
Very pretty.
Not showing up very well. And this is showing up much bluer than it actually is.
Yeah, it's not that bright.
It's not electric.
It's more of a navy.
I was thinking electric slide.
I don't do that.
They played all sorts of stuff in school for their dances.
Well, that's pretty.
So this isn't focusing very well. I should have made these garter ridges blue if I really wanted a Nightwing look.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But I would have hated
Or
change.
between the garter. See what?
Oh,
right
yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That could have worked too.
Yeah.
But I like this too much to rip it out.
Oh, no.
It'll be just fine with it on the edge.
That's very pretty.
Indeed. So, and I could have done it without having to weave in a bunch of ends. I could have just carried up like I do with those other ones.
Right.
But I have enough of the blue to do it with.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I don't want to remake all this again. It would have been cool though.
Yeah.
But I had a theory that this shawl would look super classy in a plain yarn.
And it does.
And it does.
I've got one in green. That's all green. And
Mhm.
I can't wait to get back to that one. But I have to finish my other one first. Okay. You ready? Are you done with that one?
Let me zip it up and throw it.
Okay.
All right, guys, prepare to catch.
Okay, now.
Yeah, you caught it.
This is my Silver Shed USA Winnie the, well, it's not Winnie the Pooh, it's Eeyore. Eeyore. Eeyore bag. Yes. And, no, this is...
Have you seen the cartoon?
This
It
is
floats
not-
around Facebook sometimes. It's Edgar Allan Poe. And
That's funny.
he has, I forget who he had locked away in the behind the wall. Which short story was it where he builds the walls at the Cask of Amontillado?
Oh, yeah, the Casman,
Yeah. Cask of Amontillado.
I don't think I put this one down. How many do you have left? 3?
Yes.
Okay, we're okay then. All right. All right. This is my Knitting's My Bag. Lovely Knitting's My Bag. Angel's Bag. This is the large one. A long time ago, I got this
A
one.
long, long time ago.
This is my Under the Sea hat, and it's from the Loom Knitting Primer. I'm using baby size. This is baby size Cindy Loom, and it's 1/2 inch.
I'm hearing Cindy Lou.
Yeah. With bulky yarn. This is Lady Fernico Creations bulky yarn in the Under the Sea Oops colorway. So this is my own yarn. Look at that. It is striping a little. Look at that.
Oh, wow. You don't see it unless you pull it up to the screen.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Look at that. This is the yarn that was when
It's honestly, when you look at it, you can't tell it's striping.
but it's definitely striping.
That is crazy
That's
awesome.
fun. This was the one that I had put on the large loom, the large plastic loom, and it was gradient. Now it's striping, which is fun. I mean, it's not if you look at it, it's a very gentle stripe, but if on the camera, can you see the stripes?
It's like a bland stripe on the camera.
Yeah, the blue stripes especially. The greens are a little more variegated stripe, but the blue is definitely striped. It's a little bit off in the color. The blue looks a little more, on the screen looks a little more like a lilac, but it's actually kind of a sky blue. And the green is sort of variegated, which is really cool. Huh. If I do say so myself. But thank you for the loom, Laura. And I love, this also has the braided brim on it. I like that because it doesn't curl quite so much. And this is just a garter stitch hat, but the yarn makes it fun.
It's not garter stitch.
This is garter.
That's not garter. That's stockinette.
I'm just doing a knit. I guess in the round. So
It's in the round.
It's in the round, so it is stockinette. But I keep forgetting it's in the round, no matter what stitch you do.
Garter has a certain look to it, Mom.
Yes, it does. You're right about that. And this is the back
I
here.
know.
This is all pearl and this is all knit in the front.
I'm always right.
Can I do the Cary Grant reaction? Whomp!
Although he didn't do that when she laughed.
No, he did. She didn't.
He did that after she threw all his stuff out.
Yeah, and if you're wondering what movie we're talking about the Philadelphia Story, the original, well, the Katharine Hepburn, Jimmy Stewart, Cary Grant.
Right, not the one with...
Not with Grace Kelly and Frank Sinatra. That's
And then there's another... No, the other version I'm thinking of is Shop
Around the Corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this original Shop Around the Corner with Jimmy Stewart's better than the one with...
Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
No, there's another one.
Oh, Judy Garland.
Judy Garland.
Yeah.
They did a lot of versions. Wait, Tom Hanks has a version of the Shop Around the Corner?
Well, yeah, it's called, I forget what it's called. It's not You Got Mail? I think
You're
it's
right,
Mail.
it is You Got Mail.
Mail,
I
yeah.
have seen You Got Mail.
Because he did a couple with Meg Ryan. He did You Got Mail, and he did Sleepless in Seattle.
I did see Sleepless in Seattle.
Oh.
I went through a period where I watched a bunch of those stupid
And then he also did.
And sorry for those of you who really like romantic comedies. I'm not a big romantic comedy
person. He also
person.
did Joe versus the volcano with her, I believe it was. They did a lot together. That was back in
You see,
the
I don't
80s.
get him. I know a bunch of people like him. I just don't get him.
Oh, he's what he is. I liked him.
I think he's kind of flat.
I liked him in Forrest Gump. I did. I liked him in Forrest Gump.
Because I think he's a little stone-faced and flat. But that's just my personal opinion.
He did a good job in Forrest Gump.
I haven't seen Forrest Gump.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Everyone knows that quote.
Mama said. We went to eat, as a side note, we were in Florida at Universal Studios a couple of years ago. We went to eat a lot at Bubba Gump's. It was fun. They had things that you would flip like a flip chart or whatever you want to call it, like a little thing that you stand on the table. If you wanted a drink or if you wanted anything like that, you just flipped it. It was really neat. So they didn't have to bother you in the middle of conversations or whatever. Very nice. But anyway, this is my own yarn. And I made a good, it looks really horrible because I had pulled out a whole big amount of it from the other loom. But I'm enjoying this project.
I guess it's my turn again, is it not?
It is.
Okay, let me go ahead and...
Because of the tangents, I took so long.
Indeed.
I did.
Okay. Let me turn my show notes on again.
My stomach is not very happy with me today. I don't think. It's growling at me. I apologize if you hear it.
They can't hear it. Okay, so... Well, that was in your Oops Is Bunny, right?
Mm-hmm.
In my Tortoise versus Hare.
Oh, oops, what do you mean Oops Is Bunny?
I thought that was in your Tortoise versus Hare bag.
Oh, no, it was my Oops Is Bunny yarn.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
It's Candy, which is Oops is a Bunny. Oops the Bunny. Sorry, the pattern is not Oops is a Bunny.
Well, it could be, I guess, but...
It's not. The pattern's designed by me, and I'm using Lady Fernico Creations 100% superwash merino in the colorway Cotton Candy Oops. And I might have to rewrite how much yarn you use for this pattern, because I think I will not have to do another yarn.
Oh, awesome.
That's my theory, because I am currently on back leg number 1, and
You still have the ears, and those are pretty good size.
yes.
And that,
we'll see. Well,
and
look at how much I have left.
Yeah. You might.
I might be okay.
You might be okay. But
I might just have to change a few things on the pattern. I don't know.
Well, even if you change the ears, I mean, at least you said you want to use pink or blue for that, so, it wouldn't matter. It would be okay.
Yeah.
At least that's a good plan.
But I don't think I'll have to.
That would be great.
So here. Okay, goody. Thank you. We're going to build a bunny.
Build a bunny. You saw it here first. It looks like a sphinx.
Let's see. Oh, this is front leg. It's okay. His head's fine. Her head's fine. Sorry. She's a little offended being called him. What's this?
Muzzle? No, the tail.
Tail. That's right. Let's turn the head to face people. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I'm in the middle of this one. This is the back leg that I'm working on. I know I have one other front leg in here somewhere. There it is. So, we have a bunny in progress.
Who cannot hear right now.
No, she can't hear. And her eyes are really blending in, but they do that. I should have gone with a different color, but...
Like your friend said.
Yeah, like Bill said. It's funny. All the crafters are like, oh yeah, that color's great. And then my one non-crafting friend from school, he's like, well, I think you might want to go with a lighter green color. And I was like, well, I already started it in this color, and I'm not ripping back. And I'm sitting here like, darn, my non-crafting guy friend is right.
Go figure.
Go figure. He was like an engineering, or wanted to be an engineering major before the
is that the right one?
Yeah, he was a seminary. Well, he was going to be a seminary. I think he just turned against it. And he was also engineering before they took away the engineering degree. Yeah. You've never met him.
I thought I had.
No, you met the other one.
Oh, okay. I can't keep track of all the friends I meet.
So, I had, also doesn't help that the two were both, their first names were both William. Yeah. So, one went by Bill, one went by Will. The one you met was Will.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a knot on my yarn. So yeah, we've got the Build a Bunny. This one will stay ours.
Bubblegum.
No, her name is Candy.
I know, but bubblegum colorway.
Yes. No, this is cotton candy.
Oh, right. I've got the bubble gum on mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, there we go. Bunny so far.
Where is my bubble gum? Oh, I know where my bubble gum is. Okay.
So, yes, this has been, this got a little bit of love before we went on retreat. And it's in the oops bag, as it well should be. And probably one of my patterns will always be in this bag. Because they don't usually
If
travel.
it fits.
Most of them do. I usually am working...
Not a Timmy, not a Mike, not a unicorn.
I don't usually remake the big ones very often.
I think the only one that was big that we remade is Timmy.
Yes. But then, now that I have Biddy...
Yeah, I make Biddy. Yeah, because Timmy's a little too big for me to keep making.
Yeah.
Okay, but I love Timmy. And now, keeping on the theme here, sort of, you'll see what I mean in a second. In my Tortoise versus the Hare Silver Said USA bag, this is the large.
Oh, speaking of bigger ones, someone bought a Bastet on Etsy. I've never had anyone buy the pattern on Etsy.
Awesome.
I'll have to send them the update because I don't think I updated the video link on there.
Okay, now this is my bubblegum hat from the Bankhead pattern by Susie Gorley. I'm using US 7s, 4.5mm needles, and Lady Furnicle Creations yarn. This is worsted weight in the bubblegum oops colorway. So that's this. Oops.
I'm out of tea, so it's
I'm
going to
all
have to be water.
tangled up here. I'm talented that way.
Tangled up in blue?
There we go. There we go. Tangled up in bubblegum. That's even worse. So that's the colorway.
That's pretty bad.
Okay. And
I
did work a couple rows on this, but you can't really see it. You can see how it's starting to work up, though, I think, if it'll focus. There.
You are starting to see a little bit.
So it's variegated. As far as I can tell, it's going to be variegated. So not much progress on this, but a little bit, so I'm happy. I wanted to show you. And I like the way the yarn is working up.
Now, what was this dyed with? Kool-Aid?
This one was dyed
or was
with...
this food?
I think this was Kool-Aid dye. I have to look on my notes. I think this was Kool-Aid dyed. It might have been food coloring, but I think it was Kool-Aid dyed. Was it?
No, actually, I think this was...
This is food coloring. This is food coloring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you didn't start doing the Kool-Aid again until recently.
Yeah. So, and I'm in the middle of the row here. You can see what this is where my round.
Well, you're always going to be in the middle of a row.
Yeah. Well,
you're in the round. You're always going to be in the middle.
My point is, I'm not like right to the edge here.
Yeah.
I've started it and I ended it. Okay. Because I don't like to end when the marker is free to fall off. So okay.
In my Kiki Boo bags, teacups bag is Color Me Happy.
Yay. Happy yarn.
'Cause I'm happy.
I saw that video. It made me laugh.
It's a happy video. Well, they did a 24-hour version.
Oh my gosh.
Where they just had a bunch of people dancing. It must have been so much fun to make.
That sounds like it would be like, Willy
Well,
Willy won't go home.
I mean, for the people doing it, it didn't go 24 hours, but anyone could log. It was live for a while, and everyone could log in and see.
It was fun to watch. It's a fun video.
Well, some of the people dancing, you're like, yeah, that would be totally me dancing to that song.
And then you got some people like really jamming down.
Yeah, just like, that's cool.
Yeah. Good for you. You go.
But this is Color Me Happy, the I Heart Harvest Socks pattern by Shelley Stone. And I am using cupcake yarns on the Yummy Base in the colorway Box of Crayons. And I'm doing 75 stitch count, cast on for 72 stitch count leg. Because people who had previously cast this on said that the gusset tends to be a little tight and that they had to restart when they cast on 66 stitches when they usually knit a 64 stitch sock. So
you're saying is most people cast on more stitches?
Yes.
Okay.
And let's see. I still have a few inches to go because it says to do an 8-inch leg. It's actually a rather long leg now that I think about it. That's cool. I don't care. I have enough yarn. I think it's an 8-inch leg.
And you're doing one at a time, right?
Yeah. They asked me, I think that Mrs. Huck asked me at the, if I tended to do, there you go, 8-inch, yeah. If I ever did 2 at a time. And I have.
Yeah, it was her.
But I don't like to because I don't always pay attention. And I've been known to connect my socks and end up with a bikini.
Well, that's why you do like Maureen does, or I would do if I was doing it. Do, 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 do.
That's a pain in the neck. I'd rather just knit my sock and be done
Oh,
with
but you can have more bags.
It's such a pain in the neck. I want to carry my sock with me. Besides,
It doesn't.
it's more difficult to knit like this.
Yeah.
It's already wound up for me.
But how they wouldn't be exact. They wouldn't be.
Yeah, but this
matchy,
is.
matchy. But that wouldn't be too bad.
But you see, it's the other end's in the center of the ball.
I know, so it wouldn't be matchy matchy.
Yeah, but I couldn't do two at a time.
Right.
So not unless I wanted to wind up, that
You have
takes
to wind
away
up in
all
tape,
the
yeah.
takes all the benefit out of having it pre-wound for you.
But you have to see the prettiness.
I just want to do two at a time, one at a time. So there we go, all happy.
Very nice. Is it narrowed down here?
It is a little narrowed down
Okay.
there. That's on purpose.
Why?
This was my cuff here.
Oh, okay. So it has a wider cuff?
Yes,
Okay.
because I think that's where my cuff. Yeah,
Yeah, that's where it is, I'm sure, but
because there was actually a place where it's supposed to widen a little bit. Yeah. See, it starts to be fewer stitches along here. So there is a little bit of a difference, which makes sense because that's where your calf is going to be.
right.
So, it makes me happy.
Yay. Very pretty. I love the colors. And it's almost there, but not quite,
Yeah.
color-wise.
So this has been fun. This was something that I'd knit on like when I was in line for food at the retreat. Because then I didn't care if I was early in the line or late in the line. If I just had something to knit on. I can be the most patient person in the world when I have knitting.
Okay. Are you done with that one?
I am.
Okay. This is my last one, I think. This is a new one because I wanted to have a variety of projects to bring with me. I wanted to have a loom knit, a knit, and a crochet project with me. And I didn't want to bring Talia's toy, so I started something different.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
And this is in my Eeyore bag, my Silver Shade USA Eeyore bag.
This belongs to my Cunning Happy. You're going to see me scooch out of the screen for a
And
second.
I'm using I love this yarn in the neons, yellow, pink, green, and multi. This is neon ombre. I don't know what color. This just says 320.
You got that song stuck in my head now.
Now, this is how far I've gotten. I'm making a baby blanket with this. And this is how far I got over the weekend with this. My hand doesn't know what to do about going straight with crochet. Yes, it is that bright. This is neon. It will be a baby blanket. I hope I can do this. My hand is allowing me to do a little more, so that's good. And this will be a charity project, most likely, since I don't have any babies here. It might go to the Christmas table, or it might go to Brittany's charity. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it in time for Brittany, so we'll see.
I need to figure out when the Christmas table is going to be so I can ask off time.
Yeah. So that's this. This is fun. And this is acrylic because it's for a baby. And babies spit up. And moms have to be able to wash it. So it's acrylic. The only thing I don't like about this particular yarn, it might be because I'm using a smaller needle than maybe I should, hook that I should, is that it splits. But when I used it with the loom hat, it was fine. So I love this yarn for baby projects.
Alrighty then. So,
got one more?
next, let me just cross off this round.
And those are all sport weight. The funny thing is, when I check that yarn, it says sport weight on here, but on Ravelry it comes up DK.
Huh. Okay. So, we're in my Silver Shed USA nursing caps on a dark field bag. And I carry this as a purse, and I get asked a lot, "Are you a nurse?" Yeah.
I play one on TV.
This is my Nightcrawler socks. These are my there's only one sock so far. And I'm using Miss L's basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L. And I'm using Undead yarn on the witch base and the colorway jeans and a t-shirt self-striping.
And that's what you made mine out of, right? My last socks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The same pattern, the same yarn base.
But the color was, what's the color? It was
Your colorway was Hex and Beast.
Hex and Beast, yes, because you had it wrong.
Yes. Because I didn't know what a hexen beast
I
was.
still don't know what a hexen beast is.
I don't either. It's some sort of mystical
Heidi
creature.
will tell us.
So this is really pretty.
And that's not coming up true at all. That's a lot brighter, the blue.
The blue's a lot brighter, but the pink is
more-
red.
Yeah, it's
I think it's supposed to be like a pink, like a reddish color.
yeah, it's kind of it's kind of like a dusty rose.
It is kind of a dusty rose.
It's
You
like
can
a-
see where you
yeah.
can make an argument that's a pale red.
Yeah, it's a dusty rose and like almost a federal blue. So it's not quite showing up quite true to color, but you can get an idea of how pretty it is.
So this
Heidi-
got some work on it.
I think Heidi said that was overdyed.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think she did.
That's beautiful.
So-
Heidi does great work with her colors.
And this is nice and smushy.
Yeah. We're big fans of Heidi's yarn.
Mhm.
If you haven't tried Undead Yarns, you need to.
Oh, and Heidi, someone who watches our podcast who went to the same retreat we did, was looking at another project I was working on. She's like, "Is that yarn you always were talking about, like Miss Babs?" She's like, "No, the other one." I was like,
Oh, Undead Yarn.
"Oh, I ran through a couple things." I'm like, "Undead Yarn? Yeah, that
That's
one."
it.
I was like, "Oh no, this one is." I pulled out the project.
Yeah.
So someone that watches our podcast remembers you.
Yes. Okay.
Where did this come from? Oh, this came from this project.
It doesn't come from the one you worked
No, that one's behind my ear.
on? Okay.
The blast. Stephanie Pearl McPhee. The what's her actual name? I know everyone's shouting at me. Stephanie Pearl McPhee, the Yarn Harlot.
Mhm.
There
I was
we
waiting
go.
for it.
Had a brain fart,
You did.
but she had long hair to hide it a little better.
Right.
Okay, there we go. Stay.
Okay, so now what?
Now, do you have any finished objects?
I don't.
I do. Hold on, let me stick this behind my ear.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I have to. I'll be right back.
Oh, well, I can
You can't pause it.
I can stop and start a new video. I don't want to do this without you. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. Sorry, more technical difficulties.
Yes. We are having issues.
This is a new program for us. Well, not a new program. The first time I've used this program in this way. And if I decide that I like it, I can cut out the middleman and just use the one program, which is a little bit more sensical than...
Sensical?
Yes, sensical. Like susical.
Sensible
I liked my version.
is incorrect, in fact. Okay.
So,
what are we
finished
doing?
objects.
Finished objects. I have nothing.
I have two things.
Yep.
This was a big knitting time during the traveling and the retreat for me. I'm going to have to block this out to make it work as a shawl because it's, without blocking, it's not very long. But this is my I See Fire project, which is a Neapolitan pattern by K.F. Jones. And this is where we were talking about that one stretchy bind off that she does that I really like.
Now, is this, what yarn is this?
Fingering.
See, I would use this I bet if you use this in the DK.
Oh yeah, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And I might have to use it on it again at one point with the DK. This is a bit of an unusual color choice. Most people chose other colors. I think I'm the only one who went with this color scheme. But I love the way it turned out. I was a little concerned at first that this darker yellow/orange would not show up very well against the yellow, but it does a lot better, even in person, than I thought. And then, of course, the red really pops.
Right.
This is Neighborhood Fiber Company's yarn in the base, rustic fingering. This is a single ply, which is not my favorite. And the red is Eastern Market. The yellowish orange color is Del Rey, and the yellow is Penn North. And I'm meaning to wear it as a scarf. And it is actually long enough, but I think it'll be better once I block it a little bit. Because Kay had made this to be a scarf length, which is what I wanted it for. Because a shawl this light and fingering weight is more of a scarfy thing.
Right. I'll probably make it, when I make it, because I intend to make that, I'm going to make it in probably a Miss Babs so it can be bigger because I want a shawl.
So, there we go. And I finished this on the ride home. Stick that underneath. And I might wear this the rest of the podcast because I'm a little chilly, but not enough to put my sweater back
I don't
on.
know how you're chilly.
Just a tad.
Okay.
But I'm going to put this on. The other one that I finished, I'm really proud of. I didn't think I'd finish it in time. This was gotten 2 Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festivals ago, I think.
Yes.
Yes. In a sweater kit, and decided not to make the sweater. This other one was, the yarn was gotten last Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. Mom picked up the kit and talked me into getting it as well.
But I picked up a different color.
Yes, she picked up a different color. There's only one of each one, I think. Or there might have been 2 of yours.
There were a couple of one of ours. And
yeah,
one
I think it was yours. I think mine was the only one of mine. And it's a good thing they had the color that was here, because I might have gone with the red one originally.
I didn't like that.
And I don't like it as much.
It's not red, it's pink. Pink
yeah.
And that's okay. It's pretty, but it's not what
either one of us wear. It's not what either of us would wear. This is on the forest floor. The project name is Into the Woods. And the pattern's by Simone Carrete. And I had talked to Lady of Dragonfly Fibers, and she's like, oh yeah, you can show me next time you come to the Fiber Festival. And throughout the year, I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. I finished it on retreat.
Yeah.
So, I love this.
Isn't it gorgeous? The length is beautiful.
Look at that. I mean, I don't have the most perfect twigs in the world.
Doesn't have to be
perfect.
But
Mrs. Helm took the name of the pattern. I think she's going to make one.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Twigs are twigs. You know?
So, it's a beautiful length. I'm going to wear this at the Fiber Fest.
So pretty on the shoulders. You don't have to have a pin. It just sits.
I mean, look at that. That makes me think of something that Clint Eastwood would wear, actually.
A lot prettier.
Yes, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
a lot prettier.
Look at that. I think the colors make me think of Eastwood as well. Yes. Like that, it looks almost like something out of Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yes.
But look, it has these really awesome
eyelets is lack of a better term. Buttonholes, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, and then it comes down nicely. It's just a beautiful length. I love it so much. And I'm so happy to have it done and for me, and actually I might wear this. You know, it doesn't go with the other thing I'm wearing.
It'll do, pig.
So I'm very happy with my finished objects.
Very nice.
Getting some things off the needles finally. And I hope to get the other shawl off the needles that I have on the needles. Slowly whittling down projects.
Slowly you turn.
Step by step.
Okay, what else? Anything else?
That's all for finished objects. Okay. I was hoping to have the orange one done, but c'est la vie.
All right, so what are we doing for stash enhancements?
Let's see. I don't have any design news. So I guess we just go into...
And I don't have any dyeing this week, because obviously I wasn't here this weekend, so...
I mean, you guys know that both Sparkle the Unipony and Grayson the American Robin have been released. I know I received a message from, I think it was Tienke, who mentioned that she was getting double emails for the release of the pattern. That's because I send out the pattern updates people's private email and their Ravelry accounts as a message. So that's probably why you got double messages. Because I'm not sure, some people buy the pattern through the website, which redirects them to Ravelry. I don't think they need to be a Ravelry member, though, to purchase that way. Yeah. So in order to make sure everyone knows that there was an update, I have to send it that way.
Because I think I get 2 as well.
Yeah. So, sorry if you're getting double updates, whoever's getting double information about their updates. It's just to make sure everybody knows that there was an update.
It makes less work for Talia.
Well, it also makes it so people don't go, man, where's my video? Because it was a video link that was bad.
Right.
So people aren't like, man, where's my video link? And I need to actually update all the patterns on Etsy and all them on Craftsy as well. Because most people don't purchase my patterns on those sites, so I hadn't really thought of updating them. And all of a sudden I had someone purchase a pattern on Etsy, so I'm like, oh, I guess I should update those.
Yeah, probably should.
So that's your pattern update. Oh, apparently I did work on the shared story.
Awesome.
At some point during the week. Because I have it highlighted. I don't remember working on it, but I did.
Probably toward the beginning of the week.
Okay, so I guess this brings us to stash retreat.
I do want to thank the people who had offered to test my yarn, both through the Ravelry group and private messages. Some of you have are raring to go, and I might have something for you, Victoria Blue, since you're ready to start regardless. I might have something for you. I have to check and see if it's ready. If not, it might wait till after the class over at Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival. But I appreciate it. I'm really excited that you guys are on board with this. I would like to see how things work up in the yarn.
In which case, you're going to have to figure out how to start a yarn thing like Heidi does, where people can find their yarn and the bases and everything.
Yeah, Heidi, I will probably...
So that people can tag it.
I will probably be contacting you if things take off like I hope they will.
Well, even if you start giving people yarn, just so they have a place to tag it so you can see.
Well, I still need to know how to do it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I need to ask her. If I can't figure it out myself, then I might be contacting you, Heidi. If I can't, with Talia's help or by myself, figure it out, I might be contacting you about how to do that. I think Laura knows how to do that too, Laura Smoot. Okay, so, all right, we're looking at stash enhancements.
Well, my shawls totally don't go with my shirt.
Okay, stash enhancements.
Okay.
I have a ton. I'm not going to show you all of them because most of them have gotten on retreat, but I do have one really big one that's going to be at the end.
Yeah, I'm just going to go through mine first, and then I'll be able to sit and knit while you're talking.
You're going to have to help me with the one.
Yes, of course. Hang on, bending down. Wink. What I'll do is I'll grab the one for you so you can stay on screen and run through other things. Okay, so... Oh, not stash enhancement. I did read this. I'm about almost halfway through.
Yeah, we did a fair amount of reading on the retreat.
Well, I sat him on my knees. And this is Thomas Becket by John Guy. I sat him on my knees while I was knitting at one point. And I was knitting on this. This was when I knit on this every single day of the retreat. I finished it on Sunday night.
That's the last day of the retreat.
Yeah.
But not the first. She didn't have to do it on vacation, though, just the retreat.
Yeah. Let's see. So, first the things that I'm not reading that I picked up.
I didn't know you picked up that one. You didn't show me this one.
Oh, yeah. This was in the bookstore. These are do-it-yourself retreats.
This one I have. This is awesome.
33 days. And they didn't look like they were overly long.
No. This is really good. You do a little bit a day. And this is when I did my reconsecration to Mary. I used this.
Okay. And they have one that looks like it's based on St. Oh, this is Consecration to Divine Mercy. And this is Preparation for Marian Consecration. I wonder why St. Therese is on the front of this one. So, and these were on sale in the Shrine bookstore. And they're called 33 Days to Morning Glory and 33 Days to Merciful Love. And if you're Catholic, you might have seen these. And they're short little prayers, which is good for me because I have attention span issues.
Right.
That's
why Mike Rowe's so good for you.
Yes.
For people with, what did he say? For people with curiosity and short attention spans.
Yes. Now this stole me just at the picture.
Yeah.
I love St. Therese Lisieux and Mother Teresa of Calcutta. I guess Saint Mother Teresa.
Saint Mother Teresa.
But I have to call her Mother Teresa because she's ours.
Yeah, she's ours. I love St. Therese.
So these two are both favorites of mine. And so when you have the two of them together on a cover, I mean, how can I not buy that?
That's been out for a while, actually.
Then, unrelated, my grandmother is the person who got me started on Agatha Christie books.
That's my husband's mother.
And she suggested this author, Anne Perry. I haven't read them yet, so I don't know what I think about them. But one of the main characters for this mystery series is it's based in Victorian England, which already you've got me at that. And the other thing you have me at, besides the detective, one of the characters is a nurse. So I wanted to get one. Apparently the nurse marries the detective at one point, but I wanted to catch them before that point so I could see the relationship develop.
She's reading it to screen it for me because her mother's rated PG.
So I think Sins of the Wolf might be the first one because I think they meet in this one.
Yeah, you said one of them they were just meeting.
Yeah. It looks like they might meet in this one. So Sins of the Wolf is the first one I'm going to read. I haven't started yet. And then Weight in the Balance. So, I will let you guys know what I think of these. I haven't started yet. And then
These are awesome.
we went to an antique mall is what it's called. And we'll have more about that later. But I saw some comics that I was not familiar with. So I picked them up. Mom, this is actually a Jason comic.
Oh my god.
I have not read any of them except Death in the Family with Jason in it.
Right.
Oh, other than the ones when he's already the Red Hood.
Right.
But this is Jason as Robin, which I should have known because he's the one who used to call Alfred Alfie, which drove me nuts.
Yeah.
I didn't like Jason.
No.
After I found out it was Jason, I mostly flipped through it to see the artwork because the artwork's a little unusual. But I don't like this particular Robin.
No, he's not. I think he's the one who, when he died, everybody said he should stay dead.
Yeah. Well, he was the one they voted to be dead.
Yes.
But The artwork's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's very
Blocky.
blocky. I mean, blocking as in square, sharp points.
And the plot does seem to be kind of interesting. Ra's al Ghul releases all Batman's enemies from Arkham Asylum.
Oh boy, when Ra's al Ghul shows up, you always have interesting
And the thing is, you have fighting on Batman's side. Okay, so you have Robin, of course, but you have Catwoman, who is in her purple and green, which is a very unusual time period outfit. And
I can't see what you're talking about.
Sorry, you can't see her very well. But this was the period of time where she had a purple catsuit with the green cape, which is a very unusual. Like I don't
almost
think she
Halloween-y.
Yeah, I don't think she wore that for very long.
Looks like the Joker's involved.
He is. He's one of the many ones who gets released. And also you have Talia, who eventually decides she doesn't.
Talia Ghul,
who decides she doesn't like what her father Ra's al Ghul is doing, and there's a point where she and Robin are working together. And Batman and Catwoman are working together, and then you have all four of them working together, which is really unusual.
Talia Ghul is a wild card, always.
Always. I am not named after her.
No. I didn't even know she existed. She didn't exist, I don't think, when you...
I think we're actually about concurrent.
Concurrent, yeah.
Which is kind of hilarious. So, this is an interesting comic, and I'll probably put it somewhere where Dad can get to it. Because...
How come only Daddy?
Where Mom and Dad can get to it.
Wow. Talk about being snubbed.
So this is a bit of an unusual comic. It was an anniversary one. And it was put out in 97, I think, is the date I saw on this. That might have been one of the other comics, though. So it's a little bit unusual.
This one here.
Okay. Well, I don't know which year this one is. It's a bit unusual.
86.
Oh, 86. Okay, so...
Year before you.
And at least slightly... The Talia character at least slightly precedes me, because this is a year before me. This one was interesting. I didn't like it as much as the other two that I picked up. Wolverine, Daredevil, Vengeance, Typhoid. There's a character called... She has split personalities. Mary is the base personality, and she's just someone who doesn't want everything that's going on with her. And then one of the personalities, Typhoid Mary. And basically anyone that she loves or anything like that ends up being hurt. And then the third personality is Bloody Mary.
Ooh.
And she kills. She can't stand men. So it's a toss-up which character she'll be. And apparently she's been romantically involved with a bunch of different people. But Wolverine makes the mistake of releasing her.
Oh dear.
And actually this is only a part of the comic.
I don't like parts because I want to know what happens next.
The one that I really want to know what happens next. Now, I like this character, Batman Wildcat.
Yeah.
And they actually have an info about him in a little bit in the back, because...
Wildcat?
Yeah. And Wildcat is a little bit older. He is JSA versus JLA, Justice Society of America versus Justice League of America. And he actually trained Bruce Wayne a little bit in the boxing. And then Bruce just sort of drifted away onto other teachers as he was building up his skills.
He also trained Black Canary.
Yes, he trained a bunch of people. So he's older. And this is it's very similar, you saw the thing in the Justice League cartoon where you had the cage matches.
Right.
Well, they were both going to stop a cage match. One of these supervillain cage matches. Because people were getting killed brutally in it. They both get captured and they're going to end up being worked against each other, but they're both blindfolded, so they don't know who the other one is. So it's going to be interesting. This is a part 1, and I want some of the other ones. This is Tim as Robin.
I like Tim. Tim is one of my favorites.
So, and I do enjoy Wildcat's character. I actually picked up a Black Canary Wildcat one at one point. Just because he is an interesting character. He's like Batman so far as that he is normal. He just has skills to back him up. Yeah. He just has skills to back him up. Yeah, normal than the fact he dresses up like a big cat. I guess that's not very normal.
You might want to see somebody about that.
And the final 2 books I picked up.
I have this one.
Paul, Least of the Apostles. There's a lot of author intrusion in this.
What do you mean?
He talks about his personal opinions about things. Nothing that's terrible. It's
he's supposed to talk. That's what he does.
Well, that's why I'm not used to that in historical books.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit more author intrusion than I'm used to in historical books.
It's a good book.
It's good so far.
I read that during the year of St. Paul, which was several years ago.
So I'm
2005.
one chapter in.
Poop doodles.
And it's interesting so far. So I started that. And Pardon and Peace, A Sinner's Guide to Confession by Father Francis Randolph. And actually I'm one chapter into that, but there's more pages in that in their chapters. And this is very good so far.
I've seen that before. I think I actually have it on my wish list, but I don't already have it.
So that has been I've been reading those too.
Now I have several things I can't show you because they're up. I got a Pauline crucifix, which is it's a wall hanging, and it's in the other room, and then a Holy Family statue that's
And it looks similar to this crucifix.
the wall hanging looks like this. We also got these.
Yeah, and I have mine, but it's underneath my shelf.
I can't really show it to you. It's not going to show up. It's just too small. But we got this. This wall hanging is about this big.
Mm-hmm.
But we got, and I got a couple of books that are elsewhere. But this is a bag that they had out. This is our Holy Family Institute bag. And I'm going to save it for the next retreat because it's not completely sturdy. Got some scapulars. And if you're wondering what a scapular is, it's something we wear around our necks. It looks like this. And
Oh, yeah, I got several of those,
I got smaller ones.
because they break.
They break. Okay, so that's in there. My books here. Okay. This is actually going to be a Christmas present for myself. It's a prayer journal, and it has writing prompts and things in it, because you all know I've been trying to do my prayer journal, trying to personalize it, and this is going to give me some ideas, but I'm not going to use it.
Did Dad pick that up for you?
No, I bought it. I saw it, and I just went ahead and bought it. And I decided that I didn't need it right now, so it's going to be a Christmas gift. This one was actually free. We have a member who wrote this. It's about her journey, her spiritual journey.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So I open myself to you, O Lord. Yeah, I showed it to you.
Oh, I must have just not registered.
Well, you said that you would come back and look at it.
Oh, I forgot about it.
So that's this one. This one made me laugh. This is the Bad Catholic's Guide to the 7 Deadly Sins.
Some of the titles are hilarious.
Yeah, and this.
Let's see.
Do you mind?
I do.
It has quizzes in it. It has all these neat cartoons. And it's designed to kind of give you an idea of what the 7 deadly sins are and how you can recognize them. There are quizzes, there are cartoons, there are examples of things, movie examples. They mentioned The Hobbit in here. Generosity, how to give without being taken. It's just...
It looks like they had a lot of fun while they were putting it together.
It does. There's a lot of interesting... Mother Angelica in here. But
of course.
A lot of stuff in here. And speaking of Mother Angelica, I got this book, which is Praying with Mother Angelica. It's Meditations on the Rosaries, the Way of the Cross.
Has she passed yet?
Yes, she did.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Just recently. In April,
I knew she was
just
close.
before her birthday. I think she passed. This has some really pretty artwork in it, and I love Mother Angelica. She's the one that I would go to if I was feeling bad or needed some spiritual release. A lot of times I would watch or listen to her because she has a knack for touching on the crux of the problem, making you see a different perspective. And you can still see her things if you're going to watch it, Catholic or otherwise.
She started EWTN, which
that's the eternal.
You'll see it even in hospital.
Yeah.
When you're flipping to the channels.
Yeah. It's Eternal Word Network.
Yeah, it's a famous Catholic channel.
No,
it's
television
television.
Yeah. And then this is Praying the Gospels with Father Mitch Pacwa. He's really good. I have several of his Bible studies. So, and I know you're saying this is Catholic stuff, and maybe you're not Catholic, and I do apologize for you that aren't Catholic, but this is what I got this weekend, so I want to share it with you. And if you are Catholic, I hope maybe you like what you see. I got a new rosary too, but it's up there because my other one, the one I got last year, the crucifix keeps coming off of it. So.
Okay, I'm gonna reach out a screen for your big one.
Okay, yeah. This is what I got. This was my my acquisition at the antique store.
It's okay, Mom. I've got it.
And this is a standing yarn winder. take a look at this. This is for when I dye. Look at this. It works. It's all wood. If you look inside here, the gears are wood. There are nails, but there are also pegs.
And the guy there was saying that you don't usually find these intact.
Right.
So this was quite a find.
This is, I mean, it's beautiful. It works. The first time I saw one of these was on Undead Yarn podcast. Heidi had one of these. It wasn't this color. Hers was.
I like our color.
Our color, yes, I do. And
but I like darker wood.
Yeah, I do too. It's in very, very good shape. I was having conniptions trying to put this in the truck. It's in very good shape. It works very well. And I'm really excited about it because now I have something to do to wind my yarn up from one swift to the other without having to constantly bug Talia for hers. And it's a piece of furniture. I mean, look at how big this is.
I'm going to go ahead and put it back.
So that was my major acquisition. And, you know, if people want to see it, I do have a picture. I can post a picture later because I wasn't sure I was going to buy it. It was very reasonably priced. I think it's Amish made because the workmanship is absolutely fantastic. So that's the extent of our acquisitions, which is good because we are going to the Fiber Festival.
Yes, which means more acquisitions for next week.
But we plan for this every year. It's not like we just go willy-nilly.
That was a little bit of a surprise.
That was a surprise. But I told I told my husband that I was looking for antique things that had to do with knitting and crocheting. There were some sock blockers, but I didn't really like them. They were huge.
Well, I'm not a fan of sock blockers anyway. Yeah. I don't want something to stretch out my sock before I wear it.
And I don't put them on the wall necessarily. I don't have any space on the wall because of all our toys and things. So we just left the sock blockers there, and I contented myself with the yarn winder. So,
although we saw a lot of crocheted items that were totally underpriced.
Crocheted and knitted, mostly crocheted items.
Mostly crocheted items.
And some quilted items too. That place was fantastic. It's in Ohio, just outside of Canfield. And it's huge.
Super cool. What I saw, and I'll probably post a picture somewhere. Is they had a book full of old prescriptions. I think it was 1821.
1921, and they actually had a female doctor, which was really amazing.
Which was, that you don't usually think of that in the 1920s.
Early 1920s.
And there was also a prescription. I think it might have been 1820s, Mom. I had to check.
No, it was 1921.
There was a prescription for heroin.
Yeah, and they had heroin, and what was the other thing they were using?
It looked like it was morphine.
Something. It was morphine to heroin. It was really very strange. Unless do you think they were taking down from heroin with morphine? I think sometimes they do that.
It was, hold on. There we go. Okay, yeah, it was 1921, October 19th, and that was Elizabeth Hurst, MD. And there was just heroin, and the one with, it was more suppository.
Suppository and morphine?
It looked like it might have said, but I can't quite read it.
Yeah. Well, the writing, typical doctors, and sorry if anybody's a doctor, but we can't read the writing.
Heavens. I'm just going to say that I'm so glad that we now have computer orders. I used to hate having to try to translate doctor's orders. All nurses would get around and be like, I think that looks like that. Really? So we'd sit there and be like, okay, who can read this best?
Yeah.
And we'd pass the orders around until we were sure we got a good translation. No guesswork with computer orders.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is really cool. It's an old.
It's huge. The book is open like this, and
it needs to be in a medical museum.
Yes, it does.
Because this is awesome. And it looks like it could fall apart.
Yeah, it's very big. It's like a large family Bible size. If you've seen a family Bible that's open up, or a Bible in a church, a lectionary, it's that thick. It's huge.
And it's such a shame that it was obviously part of someone's collection. And it needs to be in a museum with old medical instruments and things like that.
Yeah.
Because you actually have a prescription for heroin.
We would be in so much trouble if we lived near that. There was a desk that we were going to take home, but there's no way we could fit it in the truck with our suitcases and all that. It was a beautiful wood desk. It probably wasn't antique, but it was all wood, and it was gorgeous. But we couldn't fit it in our truck, so we left it there. Okay.
I think that might be it.
Reading. I'm still reading The Complete Father Brown. I'm almost done with it, which means I'll probably be starting the Scorch. I think it's the Scorch Trials for the Maze Runner series. So that when Patrick Carr comes up, I can start him in November. But that's basically it for that.
Oh, I've been listening to the Great Courses still. Basically, that's what I listened to in the morning while I was waiting for Mom to get ready. I finished early medieval history. I forget the name of the instructor, but I'm starting his High Middle Ages.
Right.
Um,
We're cutting it close because I have a dental appointment in 30 minutes.
oh, okay, so we need to hurry.
Yeah.
And I finished re-listening to. I read it previously. Now I listened to the audiobook of One Corpse Too Many by Ellis Peters. And it's a Brother Cadfael mystery.
Right.
So I re-listened to that one while I was working on this show.
And we do want to say that we are going to the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival on Friday and Saturday of this week. We will not be there Sunday, but we'll be there Friday and Saturday. So if you see us, please feel free to come and say hello. We will be working on Friday morning, and we will be in class on Friday afternoon. Saturday, we'll be working for about an hour, and then we'll be, just roaming around shopping and podcast and meetup and stuff like that. So please do feel free to say hello.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank everyone who's made comments on the YouTube. Pettis Kim, Victorian Studio, Nitty Girl 1, and Stacy Archer. We appreciate your comments. Thank you very, very much. We will be podcasting on Monday, so it'll be a little bit of a shorter period because Talia gets back on her schedule. We all get back on our schedules, so Monday it will be. So you'll have like a 5-day layover. So I think that's it, isn't it?
That's it.
Okay, so we'd like to wish you all a very blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, crafting, dyeing, whatever it is you like to do. And we hope to see you back here in the Pen, Hook, and Needles Woman Cave. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 225, and that's a wrap.